welcome back to Dave and Audrey Does Outdoors. That was a bit of a hike, and we've still not found a wee pitch spot, but we're getting hungry. It's about 6:30. I need to get a wee fire on, and there's plenty of wood here. So welcome back. We're on a wee overnight coastal, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to chuck a wee fire together. We've got some really nice pork and some lentils. I'm getting hungry. I think we'll just cook and eat, and then we're going to go right along this way and find a pitch. We just had a good walk along that way, and it's all kind of sort of like this rocky, there ain't a very good spot to pitch. So I'm just going to gather enough wood to throw a little fire together. It's not very windy, there's quite a few little flies about, but we should be okay. We're down on the coast, we're right down on the east coast. Starting to chill, starting to get into it. Audrey's doing, I'm going to get her some water because she was drinking a wee bit of seawater there. I'm going to get her some water. She's got some nice food. We'll get a wee pitch along that way somewhere, but it's getting dark now, about 8, and it's almost 6:30, so very quickly we're out of light. So we'll get cracking, get the fire on, get the frying pan on, get some food on. We've got pork belly, she'll get a bit of that. That's all the food. Right, let's get the pots and pans. Everything looks quite dry, but I've got some fire lighters and some bits and pieces in here. Tiny little bed of dry wood there. I'm just going to, I did have my fire rod, but to be honest with you, the light that's starting to go, let's just let that just that's all quite dry. Slightly bigger bits there. Mia made some homemade soup at school today, so we're going to just get that warming up. Lentil soup, so I don't think we need to do much more than just get that in there. Create a little pot stand, like so. Warm it through. You can see how quickly that starts to boil. Just heat it through. These little alloy pots kind of conduct the heat so rapidly. I'm probably just going to chop up the pork and get that on with some pork belly. I should have brought a bigger knife, but we'll make it work. Gonna chop it all up. Homemade school lentil soup by Mia. That's really nice. Smelling nice. I love soup. Soup's the best. Starting to brown nicely, and I've got a packet of just lentils. Water's boiling. These are really good, just basically add them to some boiling water. I made this meal before, so check out my previous videos. It's just lentils. I put a little bit more water than 30ml. It's nice just to kind of have it nice and moist. So that's like soy sauce, sweet chilli, a wee bit of mustard for a bit of kick, a little bit of tomato sauce. It's quite sweet. Just soak all that pork in there like that, and then I'm just going to add it to the lentils. So we're just going to add the pork to some nice lentil. It's called a bolognese. It's vegan. Got that, and then you just pour that into the bigger pot and eat out of the pot. Really nice sweet pork right into there like that. Get all the juice. And then give it a wee little mix, nothing too major. Oh yes sir, quite hot. Taste test. Oh, I'll go for a bit of pork. I won't munch because it's looking a bit rainy. I think the wind's coming this way, so it should blow over, but that's really nice. That is so nice to be out. Lentils. Oh, hot, moist and hot. We're on orangey kind of good health, everyone. little patch, I'll just scuff some sand over that. Come on, Audrey. Leaving pretty well no trace. It's just steaming because the sand was a little bit damp, but the tide should come up here anyway. We're going to get along this way, navigate all the rocks and so on, right round until we get to a wee pitch, and it's starting to get dark. It's about 7:30, so that was really nice. So soup, pork, lentil. Still not had a coffee, so have a quick double check, make sure we've not forgotten anything. That was really nice. Right, crack on. It's getting dark. I mean, that's it. Already it's like 8 o'clock. That was a bit bumpy coming out along there. This is where, close to where I was the other day. Along there, I had a little fire. I swam in that little bit, that little kind of bay there. So and when I was walking along, I thought there might have been a flat enough bit. Wow, big firework across there. We're getting dark now. I'm not sure how much you're going to pick up on that. Couldn't get the pegs to take any grip in the sand. This must all be sand. I thought it would be grassy, turfy. I'll show you a bit more in the morning when it's light. But I've got some bricks and stuff on the guys. The pegs are gripping enough. If it whips up a storm during the night, what I'll probably do is end up lifting it and sticking it. There's a grassy field over the back there. I'm sure the farmer won't mind. She's in her bed. It's dark. I'm not sure if I'm going to put a fire on. Might just get cozied up. Right, I couldn't resist. We've got this really nice little rocky, little fairly sheltered little bit. I couldn't resist. We're going to just build a little fire just to. It's about 9. Tent set up. I'll show you a bit more in the morning. But there's a lot of little bits of wood. I thought we'd just get smaller bits of that initially. I thought we'd just sit and enjoy a wee bit of firelight on the beach. It's not particularly late, and I'll probably have a small little shot of coffee because that kind of, oh, it's nice. See, we get a bit of breeze on the wet beach. You forget how good it is to. That's a big block of wood that I found. It's sitting on, it looks like a stone, but it's actually. Got a wee light on here as well to try and. So that's all the wood we've got. Don't have much, but enough just to get my coffee cup in there. Simple little pour over. We're going to have too much coffee, it's late. We'll just have a wee. It's not very windy, it's nice. It's just. Just sit right here. Oh man, have a coffee, wee bit of chocolate caramel log. Nice. Okay, that's us wrapped up. She's cosy. It's quite still. The tide's coming in. You'll get a better view in the morning. It got really dark really quick tonight, but had a nice fire, had a wee coffee, which was nice, and it's quite cosy, so I'm going to leave my sleeping bag pretty open tonight. Get some sleep, hook up with Louis in the morning, get a wee swim. So I'll do a wee bit of filming. We're going to go for a wee swim in one of the sea pools up at St Andrews, so I'm looking forward to that in the morning. So hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep, and I'll check in the morning. Morning folks, not a bad sleep. It was windy, the tide came right up, and it was quite noisy. The sea, Audrey was growling a wee bit and getting a bit freaked out, so but warm, pretty comfy, not too bad. I haven't been in the tent for a couple of weeks, so you never get a really good sleep, but she was cosy, single little. She's got a bit of tin foil underneath her. I had my usual Trichology and my Thermarest Berkhouse sleeping bag, comfy, dry. So we're going to get up. I need a really strong coffee and just slowly kind of get organised. I might even just like fly the drone a little bit just now. Not a bad view to wake up to, a little bit of a sunrise, nice and still, so you can see it was really dark. I got really dark really quick last night, and we'd try to pitch the wee grassy bit down there, but it was too sandy, so there's actually little bits of grass over here, but this worked okay. The pegs, you can see they're, you know, it's never good when it's sitting like that. So again, but I just weighted them all. I was kind of half expecting a bit of wind last night, but it remained quite still, which was fine. Again, you know, that's not going to go anywhere, and so luckily on a beach like this, there's an abundance of really accessible stones. Because you're never sure if a wind really sort of strikes up. You don't want to be. So didn't really run through the setup last night. The usual, my Thermarest was let the air out of that. Berkhouse, that's a bit, it's down to 0, but it's got a double zip, so you can open up the bottom half, which is really good. My Trichology, this is my cook set, bit of GoPro stuff. Yeah, a little bit messy, but we're going to get a wee coffee on, and it's really still beautiful. Ah, nice. I've seen this little my go-to cook set is the pocket rocket. She's got a wee bit of pork from last night, so she's going to get some of that. I'm going to try, if I've got time, I'm going to try and use the drone again, but I'm going to film Audrey to show you what I need to survive when I'm flying the drone. Because she does this, I think she's stressed, it's not funny, but she makes this whiny, high-pitched sound that, see, when you're up about 6:30 or 7 in the morning, it's probably the last sound that you want to hear. It goes right through you. So if I get a chance, I'm going to do a bit of droning, and I'll put the GoPro onto her because it's a killer. Right, Audrey's getting chop up a bit of this cooked pork from last night into slightly smaller bits. So big shout out to April. She started a degree course on Open University. Absolutely proud. She's doing IT and design. So fantastic. April's always been my backup, and anything that goes wrong with anything, computer, phone, she's there. So really proud. It's going to be fantastic to watch her grow and develop and learn. And what else? Last weekend got a tick. I got a tick right on my tummy after being up in the woods with her, and I couldn't get it out. It was a bit of a nightmare, and I ended up ordering a little, it's in my first aid kit. I'm going to do a little review. It's a little pair of tweezers. There's so many different sort of these little removers or tweezers, or there's so many different sort of things that are talked about, but I'm going to do a proper little review because I've now got a couple of different methods of removing ticks, and I've not actually used the pliers but the tweezers, but I had to use a set of tweezers because they really burrow in. Once you've had a few, I'm not freaking out as much now. And there's not been, touch wood, any kind of complications thus far. But I'm going to do a bit of a kind of review about the ticks. But that was last weekend's excitement. Well, I'm going to sit on my biscuits and my coffee and enjoy the sunrise, breeze. It's not cold. Really nice. Time to pack up. It's almost 8. I need to get along. I'm meeting Louis to visit Grandad in the home, so I think we're going to go for a quick swim in one of the pools. So I've tidied most of the stuff in my rucksack. When I start taking the tent down, it's absolutely beautiful. The tide's coming up. It came up fairly high last night, and it was making a lot of noise on these rocks here, splashing. It was weird. We both got up, and she was growling and thinking that there was somebody. It sounded like something was going on just there, but it wasn't. And it's really quiet down here. It's gorgeous. You can't believe the tranquility in this space. It's like beautiful. So I'll need to hang up the tent when we get home. I thought I might have dried out a little bit, but it rained during the night. It never seems to take quite as long when you're tidying up, which is great. Little flat patch. I'm going to leave some of the stones just kicking about. because we're right on the beach. This is not really kind of well used path at all. I was going to go along that way. There's a really interesting rock formation that I filmed a few weeks ago, but little problems with the camera, so I'm hoping this is going to be better. I'm back to the old GoPro, and we've worked out a wee bit of an upload issue I think we were having, so I'm hoping that's going to be a bit better now. Just want to get something sort of consistent for the winter, because it's been throwing my mojo, having some issues with my cameras and stuff. So, but we're not signing out. We're going to go into St Andrews and meet with Lou, so I'm going to do a little bit of a swimming and probably sort of sign out along there. We were going to go along this way, but it's going to take too long. Instead, I'm just going to go and sit down here on a rock and chill out. Some geese. We're heading towards October, so they're either arriving or beautiful. We got a lot of Icelandic geese on the east coast of Scotland, so I'm not sure if they're coming or going. I think they're coming actually. I think they roost over here in the winter. Right guys, that's us along St Andrews. This is Louis.
Hi guys.
Number 2.
Nice to meet everybody.
Second born, getting introduced to Dave Does Outdoors.
Yep.
Back up from Audrey. So we're just along in St Andrews. We're going to go and there's a little outdoor swimming pool. Wee bit of sea swimming. So aye, I'm looking forward to it. It looks nice and clean. And we'll just bash on, we'll get in and get a bit of fresh. We're going to see Grandad, me and Louis, which is good. Catch up with him. I'm not sure if Audrey's going to come in for a swim or not. She's looking quite good. Hopefully won't get disturbed. It doesn't look deep, but it's deep enough at the deep end to get a proper little swim, so nice, very nice. Superb. Oh, still cold, it's sea cold, but it's nice. Oh, nice. Nice. Right folks, that was superb.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Enjoy that?
Yeah, it was really good fun.
Really
good fun.
Really nice. A special way to end today's little outing. A bit of a wild swim with the Lou Master. Nice.
Yeah, really good fun, Dad. Enjoyed it thoroughly.
Louis competing in 5 Strongest Man next weekend. So check out his Instagram. What are you on Insta?
Louis_Barry_PT. If you're ever needing a PT, you know where to go.
Oh yeah. Best PT in the country. Guaranteed. So listen, thanks again for tuning in. Remember, give me a wee sub, thumbs up if you've not, etc, etc. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that. It's a nice little overnighter with a bit of a sea swim in the morning. absolutely perfect. So yeah, take care of yourselves and we'll catch you on the next trip.
Bye.